Hey guys, I'm Anna Maria, and I wanted to come on here and share my story of how I went from working 12-hour long shifts in the ICU, completely burned out, to making $157,000 in 1 month because of TikTok Shop affiliate and completely changing my life forever. To put things into perspective, I went from being overworked, exhausted all of the time, and just feeling like there was so much more to life to marrying my dream partner, traveling all over the world, going to Switzerland, France, Italy, amazing places that I never would have thought I could go. I bought my dream Porsche all on my own. I was even able to pay off debt that I had, and it's all glory to God. I've also been able to help many other girls change their lives with TikTok Shop, which is so crazy to think about. But in order to know the full story, we have to go back in time a little bit. So I originally went to college to be a nurse, and while I had this passion for helping people, I really loved it. I just felt like there was more to life than working 12-hour shifts, clocking in and clocking out. And whenever I talked to other nurses, they would always warn me, you're gonna be drained, you're gonna have no time for your family, your work-life balance is non-existent. And even though you'll make a good income, the stress of working a 12-hour long shift back to back is gonna be really, really hard, especially if you wanna be a mom. And honestly, it was really scary to think that that was all that was left for me. And to be honest, I just personally did not feel called to that for the rest of my life. But I had no idea how people could do anything otherwise. You see, I was raised in a very traditional family, Serbian parents, they had thick accents, and they raised me to really only care about school. It was like, you get straight A's, you go to college, you get a degree, and all those buzzwords like health insurance, safety net, finances, like all of that was associated with just getting a secure paycheck after getting a degree. To put it in perspective, when I was younger, like literally 10 years old, I had a dog bandana business where I sewed bandanas and sold them on Shopify, and I shipped them worldwide. I was super passionate about it, and my parents were like, oh, that's cute or whatever, but you need something that's sustainable and reliable and going to actually provide for you long term. And so they kind of brushed off my inner desire to do something from home. And they kept saying all these buzzwords like reliable, stable, like all of those things that society thinks you need to follow this cookie cutter path of going to school and getting a degree. And so they really wanted me to be a nurse. And honestly, back then, I thought that nursing would be a decent path for me. I would have stable income, obviously health insurance, I'd be able to live, all those things. But then things got really hard. I moved to California fresh out of college to start a job as a new grad nurse. And I was waking up at 5 a.m. to go to a 7 o'clock shift, like 30 to 40 minutes away. I would come home drained at 8 p.m., go to sleep, and wake up early again the next morning to do it all over again. And while I was initially excited, just trying something new, really quickly I got super exhausted and I felt so stuck in this routine. And I was just like, is this all I'm gonna be doing for the rest of my life? Is going to bed, waking up, going to work, coming home, going to bed. I felt like I had no time for anything else in my life. And when I did have free time, I was so tired. I just remember thinking, like, why did my parents tell me that this was the way to go? Because even though I was making decent money as a 20-something-year-old fresh out of college, I was so stressed out all of the time. And at that time, I remember a few friends of mine were doing something called TikTok Shop affiliate, and they were making really good money with it, like 20 to 100K a month even, some of these girls were making. It was just so refreshing to me to see someone making money at something other than a typical job and that it actually really worked. At this time, this is like spring, summer, early summer, I actually quit my nursing job because I was that burnt out. And so I took what little savings I had from that job and went to Europe for the summer just to kind of clear my head. And during this time, I grew really close to the Lord. I just took a lot of time to reflect on what I wanted. I took a lot of time to grow with my friendships. And at the time, I also met my now husband, and we started dating after I got back from Europe. I mean, we were dating the whole summer, but we got really serious, and we quietly moved in together. My now husband, he had been in e-commerce for quite a few years, and I had made a few videos for him now and then, but he was encouraging me to try TikTok Shop affiliate because I had told him, and he knew very well that people were making money with it. And I honestly didn't believe in myself fully, but he was really encouraging. And so I started with posting just cute little clothing videos, hoodie videos, makeup, eyelash serum, all of that stuff. And after all of that hard work of me posting and filming and editing, guess how much money I made? Literally nothing. I think maybe $3 the first like 2 weeks that I tried. Every single one of my videos flopped, and I was like, how are girls making this work? How are girls making thousands of dollars when I can't even get 2 sales? I remember writing in my journal, if I could even make an extra $1,000 a month with this, that would be the biggest blessing. That's all I wanted. But when my clothing videos flopped, I was so discouraged. I just remember thinking to myself, why did I even start this in the first place? It feels ridiculous filming these videos to get nothing out of it. But I would see these girls on Twitter posting their results, and one woman was talking about how she made $150,000 in a month, and she gave like the finances to her husband to handle. And that feeling just of like, it just took me over. Like, I really wanted to make it work, and James believed in me so much, so I knew that I had to keep trying. But then a few weeks later, a friend of mine who actually was an affiliate at the time came and visited me, and she was telling me about this new supplement that was going viral all over TikTok. And that's when I realized I had this whole TikTok shop thing backwards. You see, while a lot of people were just trying to post a bunch of random products like I was thinking, why don't I just try to stick to one product that isn't saturated, that solves a real problem, that's really unique, people really love, and try to just focus on that. I remember praying to God, like, hey, if you want this to work, please just bless it and show me that it can work. And if you don't want me to do this, then I will go another direction. So I started posting videos consistently. I was posting videos every single day for the supplement. And literally the second month after, I hit my biggest month ever. It was $157,000 in just commission alone, like pure profit. And I literally could not believe it. It felt unreal. This was the sign that I was looking for. I remember when I had my first 15K week, James had placed a bet with me that if I made 15K that week, I wouldn't have to go back to nursing, because keep in mind, this was the period where I had quit my job, but I maybe had to go back, and blew that out of the water. And so I was so excited. I was like, I did it. Like, I don't have to go back to nursing. And that's just when things kept going up from there. I set a goal to myself to be one of the top creators in the space. I wanted to learn absolutely everything there was to know about it. I wanted to know how to go viral consistently, what the best products were, what are the best strategies, how to get the best accounts, like everything you could think about with TikTok Shop. I wanted to know it and be the best at it. So I spent the next few months doing just that. I was scrolling my For You page, seeing what other girls and guys were doing to go viral, what products were working, what were the best scripts, what was the best style of video, was it talking, was it short, everything to learn the best ways for me to sell what I was selling. I just stayed consistent and cranked out the next few months and consistently hit huge numbers. Like December, I remember we hit almost a 100K month, and I was traveling Europe with my husband at the time. And even though I was a little bit skeptical in the very beginning, fast forward to now, I have honestly not seen a better way to make such an amount of money in such little time than with TikTok Shop affiliate. I've even talked to other creators and honestly e-com business owners, people who have said the same thing, because you don't have to have inventory, you don't have to have a lot of capital, really anything at all to start. All you need is your phone and the ability to record videos. Like, in what world can you make $100,000+ in a month from not having to handle customer service, not having to ship out products, inventory, any of that? You don't need any fancy camera or equipment, just your iPhone. You don't even have to have followers to start. You can buy an account. And seriously, if you've never posted a video in your entire life, it can still work for you. You literally just have to have a phone and a few products that you are committed to and be ready to post with consistently. And it genuinely does not take a lot of time. If you are a busy mom, if you are in corporate working 9 to 5, or if you're a girl in college that's just wanting to try something on the side, you can do this. And as long as you have even an hour a day to film TikToks, you have no excuses. Like that hour that you spend scrolling at night, if you just spent your time filming, that could be the thing that changes your life. And guys, when I say it changed my life, it changed my life. I was able to pay off debt, buy my dream car, move to our dream apartment, and most importantly, give myself time and location freedom, meaning I didn't have to stay in one place to go to a job. I could travel wherever I wanted, work from wherever I wanted, and whenever I wanted. I was able to be like, hey babe, should we go to Europe for the month and just travel and work from there? And we did exactly that. I made $100,000 in the month of December, and we were traveling around Switzerland, Paris, Italy, and I was still able to make content every single day, posting these simple selfie videos. Also, guys, there is nothing like the feeling of hitting your first 1K day. I remember it was my birthday, like literally my birthday, October 6th. I will never forget this. I checked my sales and I hit $2,200 in one day. And keep in mind, like, I had never seen this kind of income in this short amount of time. And I was so excited. And this was after weeks of praying for it to work. I hadn't really seen crazy results yet. And the feeling, it's just, there's nothing like this. Running to your spouse and being able to show them, like, look at, I did this. Like, the best thing ever. And oh my gosh, the feeling, I cannot wait for you guys to feel this too, because there's nothing like checking your phone and seeing that you made $1,000 or more in one day. And I know this sounds insane, but actually after I hit that $2,200 day, I made a little goal that I wanted to hit a 10K day. And believe it or not, I hit that a few weeks later in Malibu with that supplement product. It all just started moving so fast and took off. And I remember my husband asking me one day, like, oh, what'd you do today? Like in sales. And I showed him and I had done 10K profit, y'all. Like, this isn't revenue, this is pure profit in your pockets, which is such a crazy concept because you're not spending money on ads, you're not spending money on inventory or supplies. You are literally just posting a video for free organically and generating an income from that. Like, you are not building an entire company. You just have to record videos, earn commission, and withdraw. It's the most seamless thing ever. And like me, it can work if you're a complete beginner. Now, I know what you're probably thinking is, that sounds amazing, but can it really work for someone like me? Could I really do this? And even if I wanted to, where do I even start? After sharing a little bit of my story to my girls on my social media, I've literally gotten hundreds of DMs from you guys asking for this. So after months of preparation and building, I am so excited to announce the official launch of Miss Affiliate, what I honestly believe will be the #1 program in the world for helping other girls succeed with TikTok Shop. Like, if I could just help other women feel the same thing that I got to feel and experience this, that's all I want. This isn't some generic course. This is everything that I learned in making $0 to $157,000 in a month, condensed into a step-by-step, easy-to-follow program. In Miss Affiliate, I'll show you how to find the perfect products based on your interests and what's trending and working right now, the exact video formulas that generated me $100,000 months, how to get your first video live in 24 hours, my personal scripts that went viral for me consistently, and how to even scale from your first $100 day to your first 1K day. I'll teach you the psychology behind what makes people actually buy from TikTok, and I'll also teach you advanced strategies to work with the brands and earn free products, and so much more. This program includes everything I wish I had knew when I first started. It would have saved me months and months of trial and error. And if you're thinking, Anna Maria, this sounds way too good to be true, I actually started a brand new account following the same strategies that I show in the course. And I went into a brand new niche that I was unfamiliar with a completely new product. And guess what? I went from 0 to almost 50K in 1 month following the exact same strategies. Plus, I've actually already shared the content in this course with some of my close friends, and they've already been able to see amazing results with TikTok Shop, which you can see below. And guys, to me, this isn't just about making money, because I could just stick to TikTok Shop if I wanted that. It's about helping other women, especially those feeling trapped in their traditional career paths, escape that and find the same freedom that I found. Whether you're a nurse like I was, a teacher, a busy mom, whether you're working long 12-hour shifts or a 9 to 5, maybe you're a girl in college and you're just trying to figure out what's next. Maybe you're just living paycheck to paycheck and you're waiting for some extra flexibility. This can work for you too. With all of that in mind, if you want to apply to join Mrs. Affiliate and be our next TikTok Shop success story, all you have to do is click below, fill out the application, and pick the best time to speak with my team. If your application is accepted, my team will walk you through what the program is, answer any questions you might have, and make sure that it's actually a good fit for you. And by the way, the reason I created Miss Affiliate is because I remember how overwhelming it felt when I first started. I remember not knowing where to begin. I remember feeling so close to giving up after everything was flopping. But I also remembered when everything clicked. And I want to share that all with you. In Miss Affiliate, I don't just share generic advice. I share the exact strategies that I did that took me from 0 to $157,000 in a month. But it's also so much more than that. In Miss Affiliate, you get a community of women that want to see you succeed. Everyone is encouraging and bouncing ideas off of each other. I also created Miss Affiliate because there are so many ways in this to fast track your success. I know so many of you girls are wanting this and you can totally have it, but more importantly, you can have it if you just follow the proven path. So I figured if I just condensed everything I knew into one comprehensive program, basically walking you through how to start all the way to scaling to your first 1K day, and just put everything I know into one program and just help a bunch of girls, that's all I could dream of. And guys, inside of Miss Affiliate, I literally show you everything from getting your first account, choosing a product, and having your first viral video. I even show you the nitty-gritty details like setting up your commission payout so that it goes straight into your bank account. And I also show you some really cool stuff like locking in bigger deals with brands such as higher commission, retainers, even free products and giveaways. Literally everything. And listen, I could have just kept this all to myself. I could have stuck to TikTok Shop and making 6 figures a month and just been quiet. But that's just not who I am. My Serbian parents taught me the value of hard work, and my faith has taught me the importance of helping others. So 6 months from now, you'll either be one of the women crushing it with TikTok Shop, or you'll still be watching other people live the freedom that you dream about. The choice is yours. But remember, TikTok Shop won't be this big of an opportunity forever. Right now, we're still in the early stages where massive growth is still possible. Miss Affiliate could be your bridge from where you are now to complete and total financial and time freedom, just like it was for me and thousands of women that follow my journey. The only question is, are you ready to change your life forever with TikTok Shop? If the answer is yes, and you are ready to take the leap, click the button below, fill out the application, pick a time to speak with our team and learn more about the program, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you inside of Miss Affiliate. And last but not least, I just want to say, if you are watching this far, I so appreciate you listening, and I'm just so grateful that you're here, and I'm so excited to share this with you.